Let's have a look at the next visual, what we are going to see over here. Next visual is cards. It can be a single card or a multi-card. So if it can have a single value or multiple value, right? Where are they used? Cards are used to show a particular aggregated value. So you want to have a sum of stores, total revenue, total target, count of sales, number of employees, absent, present. Such numeric singular values can be found. What do you configure these cards as? These cards are configured using the property known as field. Let's have a look at how cards are used in the system. Yes, there we are. Now, keep this aside for a moment. Let's add a visual which is card. So this is card. This is multi-row card. So these are the two visuals what we are talking about right now. So if you click on it, it gives you a value. And this also gives you a value. The difference between here is if you click multi-row cards, it has fields which can be added one below the other. And this has one field, right? Now, let's say if I add a city card. This is the first city, right? It can tell you the count. How many cities do you have? You have these many cities, out of which how many are unique? So it will tell you 531 cities are uniquely identified in the column city. What if you want to have these two both unique as well as total rows available in this city space? So we'll change this card type to multi-row. It shows one value. And I again pull that same value. This is interesting to understand that you can use a column more than once. And you can say you want to see the count. So out of these count, this is what you see. This can be further beautified by keeping it small, point number one. Then you go ahead, change that label colors if you have to. You can change the card title if you have to. There is a title here, background here. You can disable the data labels. So, do you want to see the categories or do you don't want to see the categories? So this is how you can distinguish between them. Data label. So what does it have? What is the name of that column? Display category labels. Please remember this is used to hide the column names which are available appearing by default. And if you want to give your own label, you can do so. You can have a title. You can have title saying covered versus total. Something like this, right? And if I have to tell you, let's find a ratio of this value. So what I'll do is, I will go into orders, I will write a new measure because I'm finding the count, right? So if I do a new measure, what I'll say, percentage, just have a look. Let's go into a little bit detail of this card option, how you can make use of it in an effective manner. Percentage coverage, if I call it, and I say, let's write the column name city, right? It is, no, it's still not picking up. And okay, let's say sum of city, probably from which column? Orders 2, right? Divided by sum, all summarize, request the totals, each row of the table. let's say some of the city employee cities, for example. A vague number, but let's call it. And then we pull that value over here. If I have to tell you that I want to see the coverage, and there is some error. So this is not evaluating to something what we need. So such formulas can be used as well. This is something what we need to take care. If there are certain other probably values, let's have a look like this quantity. And let's move the coverage out of it. It shows you the quantity as well. And similarly, singular value, multiple value. So this is how it takes the value. If you put this over here, you see it is not allowing multiple columns to get added over here. So this is the singular card option. And if you have more values to be shown, you can keep adding those values. There are no issues in it, such as this. Only thing is, while developing it, technically this is too simple to put those datas in it. However, you need to take care what would the decision maker calculate in his mind as a singular number based on your business scenario and try to deliver that number in this single piece of card. That's the crux of this card visual.